ain't the man to me to let the next man take advantage of me. When that storm come, no pan I see. Get with it, not without it, then you'll see. I peep the haters, they know I'm greater. That's why they buzzing for the elevator. But I can't save you, the weed too loud on the pedal stool. Don't curry favors, always got your hand out demanding favors. When I just looked out, now you need more paper. I can't breathe, give me 3 feet. I never let y'all be the death of me. When my patients run that, yeah, nigga OT. Cause they wanna see me bound like I'm an NCT. 6 words, get the fuck away from me. See, I help you out.
I know it's on. I gotta find it.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up? Skylyne Radio. I'm your host, Mark. Welcome. It's Wednesday. It's August 21st. I wanted to say September. I'm trying to speed up, and I don't know why, because I'm really not. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Skylyne Mark T, the Busy Bee. I don't know when she'll be here. If y'all don't know what's going on in Baltimore right now, yeah, they're having a parade going the opposite direction of the way traffic flows on Pratt Street during the week in the middle of rush hour. Yeah, I don't know why either, so I'm not even gonna ask. I don't know whose big bright idea that was, but oh well. So should be here whenever she gets here, because they got all kind of roads closed that intersect with Pratt Street. I mean, they're not closed. You just can't go nowhere. The traffic is gridlocked. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about that. But then again, you know, hey, what better way to mess up traffic and screw up everybody's schedule than to throw a parade in the mix? How about that, if traffic ain't already bad enough? So, where to begin? What y'all want to talk about? Let's talk about this weather. I don't know about y'all. I don't mind the heat, but y'all, can we get a break? We're going to get a break. We got one more day. I think tomorrow's supposed to be like 92, 94 heat index again, around 99, 100, 102. Another one more hot day, then we're good. This weekend, if y'all ain't seen the forecast, yeah, it's only supposed to be like 80. The lows are supposed to be like 60, 62. Tune into your weather. The news, oh no, the news ain't on. It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, watch the weather tonight. You ain't gotta wait till 11. Watch Fox 45. They come on at 10. They'll give you some weather for this weekend. It's about to be all kinds of cooled off. People gonna be wearing jackets, because you figure between the heat index and the temperature, as hot as it is with the heat index, we've been averaging what, 105. Then you're gonna have slight breeze and the temperature's around 80. Alright, that's good. That's feasible. We're good. It ain't cold. 60 degrees with a light breeze. Yeah, it's gonna feel like 50, 55. So if you do the math, 50, 55, we'll go with 55, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 95, 100. We won't go any higher than that. That's a 45 degree temperature drop. Do the math. You ain't got to be anemic to get cold. People that are anemic, 70, 80 degrees, they're cold. So it's gonna get downright comfortable. Yeah, it's gonna be all kind of crazy nights this weekend. My schedule's crazy. I'm gonna have another crazy, wild, long, busy, productive weekend. But we're gonna get through it. Where there's a will, there's a way. T, the Busy Bee, is here. I don't know how. I guess she got a police escort. I don't know. She did something. You can come on in when you're ready. She here. And she said 6 minutes. She's here in 4. I don't know what kind of maneuvering she did. Maybe she came up here earlier and she went by someone's house. I don't know what she did, ladies and gentlemen, but she's here. Because, yeah, I tried to call her. Try to call her on her phone. Try to call her on Facebook. Yeah, she wasn't picking up. I was like, okay. I was trying to warn you. Good luck with that. She done did some maneuvering because she's here. I guess she's getting mic'd up. Guess I'll go ahead and pull this chair. Oh, I thought I was going to pull the chair over. There we go. Pull this chair over. She'll be walking in here in a minute. I don't know if we're going to go to commercial break or not. I don't think we should. Just let her walk on in. Make her grand entrance. But yeah, the weather's gonna finally start calming down later next week. It's only supposed to be in like the supposed to start out in the low 80s, then it's supposed to get back up to like the mid upper 80s. As long as we ain't got no 90s and a whole crazy mess of humidity, I'm good. But football's here, so you know what happens when football comes. Cool weather comes, then cold weather, depending on where you at. Because you know it don't get cold enough for me out here. If I got a coat on, I've been outside too long. Feeding homeless, I'll have a coat on because I'm out there 3-4 hours, maybe 5, depending on what's going on. But yeah, we had Feed the Homeless this past weekend. It was great. It was hot. It was humid. We were tired, exhausted. We had to maneuver our schedules because we had to disregard 1 or 2 different events. I was supposed to go to a day party from, I think it was like 4 to 8, $45, all you can eat, all you can drink. And they had the liquor cake. Yeah, I passed that up. Because by the time I left DC at 3:30, caught the train up here, got up here around 4:30. I was tired when I left DC. And then I had got something to eat. They, to either Buzy Bee and Kiera, they had some African rice and some lamb for me. And it was so good. So when I got on that train, yeah, it took me a little cat nap. I had an hour to play with, so I think I slept 30-40 minutes. Got to Penn Station in Baltimore, and I made my way, well, I made some contacts and found out what was going on for the evening. So then I went and met up with Johnny, my photographer, one of my photographers, down at the Inner Harbor, so we could break some bread about future photo shoots. We got photo shoots this weekend. Models. If you're interested in doing a photo shoot this weekend, get at me. Inbox me. If you got my contact number, text me. If you're on Instagram, hit me up, Skylyne_Mark. Still waiting for you, T, the Buzy Bee. She taking her time. I thought she was gonna come in here. She looked in here like, what are you doing? We had to start the radio show on time. I don't know what we're gonna talk about today. It's just me and her, so it's open board with us. You know how we do. We talk about a little bit of everything. We're gonna talk about sports. We're gonna talk about politics a little bit, because you know we don't get down with the politics. It ain't worth it. But I have some questions regarding Pumpkinhead with what he's trying to do with these cutting taxes on payroll checks. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on that one because I'm very curious as to, is he doing it for a publicity stunt? Is he doing it for the people? I think it's a good idea because I think we pay too many taxes as we do right now, especially if you live in Baltimore City. How are you gonna tax rain? How do you tax nature? You can't control that. I know people in Baltimore City hating life, and they wonder why 7,000 people done moved down the last year. Cause you paying for nature. You know how much it's rained in the last year? Hey, 2-minute warning. You know how much it's rained in the last year? Look at all the floods we've had in the last year. Local flooding, coastal flooding, flash flooding, because of rain. We ain't getting no. Well, I didn't see no rain yesterday. I think I saw a drop or two, maybe 3. Gotta have at least 4 for it to be considered rain. I heard Howard County got some rain. I heard Baltimore got some rain. Southern Maryland got, depending on where you're at, they got between 1.5 inches, 2 inches to 4 inches of rain. It's a lot of rain. And they talking about all these dead zones in Chesapeake. Well, can't control nature. Man done screwed the ozone layer up, so you know, ain't no reversing that. So it's just gonna get worse before it gets better. Let's see. Producer just said 2-minute warning till we go to break. So I guess T the Busy Bee is gonna wait till commercial to come in here. So when we come back from commercial, get at her. Where you been? What took you so long? Yeah, all that. And that's my cue. That's your 2-minute warning. We'll be right back. T the Busy Bee will be here when we come back. BigExposedRadio.com.
I know it's on. I gotta find it.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Now listen to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me, and you have to figure out what is important to you. And don't play this game. It's a game that we've learned to play, this chess game. And life is not a chess game. Life is real. Bones, flesh, blood, decisions.
Make sure you check out the Artist Exchange Show every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
White keys only have this bitch jumping.
Okay. If I sit around, hold up. Look. If I sit around, hold up. Yeah. Rebel. Let's do it.
If I sit around, I'ma smoke some more. Wasn't even thinking about smoke before, but I'm in my head and I'm in the bed. Don't know who I am, like I'm wearing a mask. Work them old, tell them where the cash. If you wear the cash, tell them where the cash. I plan for you, gon' run it back. Don't make promises, but I promise that. Don't promise me, cause I ain't into that. Fell in love with that and got hurt from that. That was all over and the curtains back. Can't see you not noticing that. I'm letting it go, it ain't holding me back. Yeah, I'm on dice, but ain't come for the crack. Drinking with uncle, we only do jack. How I'm alive, I thank God for that. Praying about it, things getting better. Open it up with my name on the letter. Why you crazy about it? Saying whatever, you shy to be you. You know you gotta be you. Sometimes I need privacy too. Yeah, you know I ride.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Black by Demand radio show.
Control. They said she wouldn't, so they didn't know if she had a weapon. So it's just a mess. So yeah, you do have to have these discussions with your children.
You do. And you have to make them aware of that there is an enemy out there. Every time the police pull you over, or every time you have an interaction with the police as a black person, you are at risk of being in front of your enemy. Hopefully, it's not a police officer that wants to demonstrate that he's your enemy, but we all see it's a high probability of that being the case. So if we're not talking to our children do not have the coping mechanisms to deal with these type of intense situations. What they're going to do is what most of us do as black people, me and anyone else, which is become emotional. And that is the trigger point for the police. They know that black people are emotional people. So when they arrive on the scene, they are purposely trying to say and do things to you to get your emotions up, right? And then once they get your emotions up, then it's like, oh, that's what we needed. Now we're going to kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. You know, so I'm saying we need to have these discussions with our children, you know, and make them understand in this day and age, and it's every day and age really, but we'll just say this day and age for the sake of it being so prevalent on social media, like you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I think a lot of us as black people are just scared to still tell our children that there are a group of people out here that are your enemies.
Join us every Monday at 12 noon for Black by Demand radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Are we live?
Thank
Oh,
you.
hey guys.
She talking about not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. I was
Where
counting the
that bell
seconds. Gotta count the seconds and the minutes. Hi everyone, it's T the Busy Bee. Of course I made it here. For everyone who is tuning in, pause. My name is T the Busy Bee, and today we have a special guest with us. She's not really a guest today, she's more like gonna be hosting a show with us. We're gonna name her Adrienne Hailey. Hi.
That's my name though.
Is it?
Blue birds.
Yes,
Yes, on. You gotta speak up.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no soft spoken. No,
How loud
no
can I
soft
get?
spoken here.
This is good?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
great.
Okay.
There we
Loud
go.
and clear.
So, I missed the first 15 minutes. I am so sorry, guys, but we're about to change our show to 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. so that I will no longer be late because and be in traffic. No longer late in traffic. For those who don't know, I actually come from DC and I have to get on the train, and then from the train I have to get to my car, and then from the car I have to drive up here. Okay, so it's about a 2-hour trip no matter what. So, you know, once we move the show though, I'll be able to get here on time. I won't be able to be late. Like, it makes so much things so much better. So of course it's about that time. I feel like I'm just talking, but it's fine because I'm just so excited to be on the show today. I'm excited every Wednesday though. First question, I mean not first question, but you know, we usually start the show and we always say, how's your week been? We go Wednesday to Wednesday because you see us every Wednesday. So here we are again.
How was your week?
Oh, how was my week? My week has been eventful. Eventful. Like, okay, so I do hair. Everyone knows I do hair. Or
Not
if everyone doesn't know, here's my
They about to
shameless
know because
plug.
I'm about to get her a flyer made. She said no, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. T the Busy Bee does hair on the side as well. I did hair most of the weekend in the midst of Feed the Homeless. I got stuck in a storm that made me cry because it was just the worst storm ever that I could have ever been stuck in. I went to a party. I went to a pool party this weekend as well, which I definitely needed. Oh my goodness, it was so worth it.
She go to party. Mark one, go. Go to pool party. Don't call, don't text, nothing. Gonna tell me the following weekend. Oh yeah, I went to a pool party. This one.
The following weekend? Ain't no following weekend. We still in the same week.
This one. When'd you go to pool party?
Saturday.
Exactly. You
was-
told me Sunday. That's the next week.
Oh, that's messed up.
She talking about
That is messed up.
Well, Saturday and Sunday to me is like one weekend, and then it's like even though Sunday
Adrienne,
starts the new week.
She trying to regroup on her social skills.
Really?
She hit me up today.
Oh.
What? 6 weeks in advance? Hey Mark, I'm going to a party on September 27th.
Whoa!
Oh,
Pause. Let me back that up. I'm having a birthday party.
Right.
Oh, she didn't say all that. She
It's
just said
my birthday.
It's her
She didn't say all that.
And you ain't even. First of all, he wants to talk about my birthday, and I always ask him questions, right? And he skips over the question and says whatever he has to say, and then like I have to ask him the same question like 2 or 3 times before I actually get an answer. And I asked him a question earlier, and he still hasn't given me an answer.
What'd you
So
ask
we're
me?
going to talk about that. It's okay. You're going to read your text messages and learn while we're during break.
I did answer that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
We will talk while we're during break. Boom.
Don't start now. I'm gonna leave.
I'm in
Remember
a
that song
really
by
good
Lil
mood.
Jon? Yeah, we can't say all that. We can say it off camera.
That
We
was
can't
a good
say it on
song.
camera, though.
We should talk about those years.
Those years when 90s music? 90s and early
90s and early thousands.
He's going to push
We've already
it back.
done that.
Yeah, we talked about that
Really?
on one of our shows.
We
We
had
always talk about it.
I hit my Aaliyah Pandora. Life giving. Everything came on.
Is life.
Like
You can't get no better than the
no
90s.
better. She had
Although
back,
T the Busy Bee did she did put me on 2 songs, so I like them too.
What 2 songs?
Oh, you ready for this? UCB has a new song out. It's called Twerk For Me. You heard the regular version?
UCB, really?
Yes, UCB has a new song called Twerk For Me. It's like the summer anthem. And it is so much fun. UCB is lit. I love them. They're winning my heart again. And the other song, That's My Type. That's My Type.
They hit that too?
No, that's the other song that I put them on that I said I like.
Oh, the actual
Yeah,
song.
when we on the way home, we just jamming. See, that's lit.
Because
It's got a
it make you
90s beat.
feel good though.
It do. Both of them have a
Who
90s
is it?
beat.
That group Teddy Riley formed in the 90s, and they did the beach video.
You know who I'm thinking about? Oh.
So guys, we have to go on break
Again.
again
Pay the bills.
because this is about to be the fastest 2 hours of your life that you have never experienced before. I'm so glad that you are here.
Wow.
And we will see you guys back in a little bit because we have some bills to pay. Make sure you watch us live on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah!
Let's rock this jungle.
Fresh air,
What a glorious morning!
clean water,
This is great!
and endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing!
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what
believe
you're going to
this.
do is turn onto Marcy
and Brad
Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past the first
apparently
3
she's
lights,
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
Then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey guys, and we are back once again. I just got on the show today. We have with me. Would you like to introduce yourself, Miss Co-host?
I'm Adrienne Hailey. Speak up. Okay. I'm Adrienne Hailey. I just, popped in with my best friend.
Yes, we're having best friend time. So this is how we're spending best friend time. He's almost like my best friend too, but he's my business partner. He's the best business partner I could have ever asked for, though.
It's my baby. She gets me through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I do with business. I don't do nothing without a second opinion.
Right. So, we were talking about the weather. You talked about the weather.
I discussed a little bit about the weather, about this crazy heat. Have y'all seen the forecast for this weekend?
Is it about to be dripping hot?
Nope. The high is like 80, the low's around 60.
Is it going to be sunny at least?
Yep.
Yes.
That's some good weather.
Man, who you telling? What?
That's perfect weather.
Question.
Yes.
We're gonna dip into sports all of a sudden, just like that.
Real quick. What's up? Because you got 2 Redskins.
Does the Bears come visit y'all this year?
I don't know.
You know who does visit us, and I'm nervous?
Green Bay.
No, not Green Bay.
Who?
San Francisco.
Oh, they're whack.
But no, the reason being...
Only thing you gotta worry about is the kicker.
Rashad Breeland. He plays for them now. And he was mad when he had to leave here.
He had to leave the Redskins?
Yes, they did. They did that man so dirty.
It could have been worse.
Dirty.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been
Who's
worse.
the guy for the Giants that they traded to the Browns? The real popular dude.
Odell Beckham?
Yep.
Beckham got traded to the Browns?
Yeah, he plays for the
They
Browns.
did that on purpose. They don't want him to get no ring.
None.
Really?
You are not getting a ring in Cleveland.
I've been busy. I have a lot of catching up to do.
You ain't hear about that. Get traded.
Yeah.
No, he didn't get. Did he get traded?
They traded him.
They traded him.
He said that out his mouth. They did that on purpose because they don't want him getting no ring.
Oh, he will get one.
The crazy thing is,
Richard Brown.
He
the
is.
Browns,
Watch.
the Browns,
Yeah, the Browns been
are the
cleaning
team
up.
to watch this year.
Like, they've been cleaning up. Honestly, I did look on my NFL app today, and it was very disappointing to see that they believe that the Redskins will have the worst scores and the worst record.
But the thing is,
Like, they
we
forecasting
still
the Redskins to be at the bottom.
But
That
we still
hurt my
haven't gotten
feelings.
things together. Still.
We just need to fire. We need to fire people and bring in new people and give them.
That's not gonna
like,
happen because Dan Snyder doesn't think about that. How you gonna?
Well, we need a new owner.
how
Strider
are
needs
you
to
gonna-
go.
How you gonna
Coaches
sit over
needs to
here
go.
and spend less money on a facility?
You know how
Like,
much tickets are?
why?
Like, not in the nosebleeds, like good seats.
How much?
$16.
For a Redskins game? We're going to go see.
That's
the
what I
Redskins
was
game.
told. I'm about to find out here
That
in a
can't
minute.
be $16. That doesn't even sound right.
It really
It
does.
doesn't sound right at all.
I would have
Because
to be in like the part that like goes upstairs and then you still got the inside. You know where the famous Dave's is at. I like being up there. I like being right there. So
We about to
why
find out
can't
in
we
a minute.
sit? We can't sit down.
Huh?
We can't sit down. Like, I want to sit on the 50-yard line.
Right?
I would sit in the middle, like up there on the 50-yard line. I would really hope that the Redskins tickets are not $16. First of all, it's two different ways that I'm feeling about it. I would hope for it not to be, but that's not telling me the price of the tickets.
Oh, no. I'm about to find that out. Watch this.
I would.
Watch
I
this.
would hope for it not to be $16 for the simple fact that they're not bringing in any money to the Redskins. And Redskins, regardless of their score of what they have going on, they have a good team. Like, I mean, not a good team, but they have a good support team.
Time out. You're telling me that you would not pay $16.
I said I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
That's all you need to say.
No, because I didn't
$16
finish. I'm disappointed in the fact that the tickets are $16.
But you
for
have
the
to think
simple
about-
fact that they need to be bringing in more money, and we have such a big support team that they're only $16. That's actually a smack in the face to the whole Redskins.
It's gonna be $16.
He sure do.
Well, that's why.
I know Schneider needs to go. Schneider needs to go.
Nobody's gonna, but really think about who's gonna
Exactly.
buy the like.
Somebody will.
Who?
Look at the Chicago Cubs.
That's true.
Hadn't won in what 103, 104 years. They got that young family that bought the organization, and within 3 years you had a championship.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose.
They don't.
You got some of these.
I feel like it's so much. I feel like sometimes that it's so much bad blood within the organization.
Within the NFL?
No, within the Redskins organization.
It's a lot of organizations.
It's a lot.
I think they're functionally dysfunctional.
They're not. To me, they're not even really functional.
And
like we have a great quarter, like the what's his name?
Haskins.
Yes, him. If they play him right, if they do right by him, that boy can go far.
I mean, but you know the Cousins. I said the Cousins. You know, Cousins was on the team for like 8 years.
And they should have paid that man.
And like, and then they sent him off.
Oh yeah.
And then last year Smith was there and Haskins, but Smith got beat up because you know the NFL didn't want us to win because we was winning.
You have to protect your prized people, and I feel like Dan Snyder does not do a great job. Coach Gruden does not do a great job for protecting their
investment.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't. Because people will go to a whole nother team and kill it.
Right. Like, I wonder where RG3 is. And if
he's not playing no more. I don't think he's even playing no more.
He's with the Ravens.
But
he's with the Ravens?
But he's not playing though.
So y'all remember
he'll never
when
be a starting quarterback.
Never.
Because he didn't know how to
First
sit
of all, I
down when he
feel as
needed to
though
sit
if
down.
your dad is constantly in the locker room, you are a grown man. Why is it?
Oh, he's playing for the Ravens.
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
But why? But I just feel like as a grown man, why does your dad have to be in the locker room for you? No, bye.
It's
for RG3.
Goodbye.
I mean, maybe he has anxiety or like
No,
maybe.
no, his dad will be talking
To the
coaches. His dad will be talking to the team. Like, you have no say-so. Your son is not 6.
This is true. Well, maybe they still feel like they have to baby him.
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
She said no cut
It's
cards,
a support thing.
None. It's not even a support thing. I will support and sit my butt down. You are a grown man.
And this might be true.
Like, I'm gonna sit over here and my sons be 22, and I'm gonna sit over there in a NFL game, baby. Talking to your coaches. No, man. You are a grown man. That's what you have a manager for. That's what you have PR for.
An agent.
Well, maybe
All of
his
that.
PR and his manager is his family. Nope.
Can't do that.
Well, who else? I did catch part of the game. I was kind of mad I missed last week's game. I was probably doing hair.
I missed last week's game too.
What else happened? I did hair. I did new style, but that's not important. I'm sorry. I was really happy about this new style. Did we keep up? Did anyone keep up with the preseason?
You know why paying no mind.
Nobody's paying attention
Because
to
I
preseason.
don't have time to stress myself out.
No stress, no stress.
I'm not stressing myself out.
That's my type.
But we still have Adrienne Peterson.
Sorry. We do. I'm happy about Adrienne Peterson still. Do we still have Smith?
Well, I would say.
I believe so. That was our quarterback from last year, correct?
No, he got hurt though, right?
Yeah, he did.
Got hurt, but I don't think they brought him back. I don't think so.
Oh,
He's still there. You can't get rid of someone when they get an injury like that.
Oh man.
Oh no, they did.
I hope so. I hope they do something different.
I hope they win, other than September 24th.
You know what I want? I want to figure out where are the Sean Taylors at? Where the Clinton Portis is at? Where the Chris Cooley's at?
I don't feel like they play like that anymore.
They don't.
Like, honestly.
It's all about the money nowadays.
But it is.
I need somebody to love it as much as they did. Clinton Portis would play with concussions. He would.
That's not something you're supposed to do.
No, that's not good, but the man still did it.
We used to see him all the time up the spot.
He'll get banged up, jump right back in, like, let's go. Put me in.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Sir, I don't think it's the last time was the last time though.
So, it is preseason. So we're just going to talk about the AFC North, and we're just going to talk about the NFC. What's the other one? I got to do better. The NFC East. We're talking about those because the Ravens are in the North, in the Browns, in the Cincinnati Bengals. Dang. Bengals. I read it.
Who are you talking about?
Cincinnati.
But for those who are paying attention who don't know the not the scores, the records. I don't know why I keep getting mixed up. Right now, Steelers are 2-0, Ravens are 2-0, Cleveland Browns are 2-0, Cincinnati's 1-1. And for NFC East, the Giants are 2-0, Cowboys are 1-1, Eagles 1-1, and here we are with the Redskins down here at the bottom.
What's y'all record?
With 0-2.
Preseason don't mean nothing, though.
It doesn't.
Look at the Baltimore Ravens.
Preseason means half of the people ain't want to keep their job.
Look.
That's what that means.
Look at the Baltimore Ravens. Undefeated since Ray Lewis left. What have they done since Ray Lewis has left, other than last year? Nothing.
Right. But that's because I feel
I want to
our producer came in here with us, y'all.
He said what?
he giving me the dirty eye.
Nothing.
I feel like
Look,
okay,
I said
they
until
made
last year when they sat Flacco down, that's when you saw life in that team again. I like Jackson. Jackson's gonna take y'all places if you build around him. You got rid of you let two people walk that needed to walk years ago, and that's nothing against either one of them. But Flacco's gone, he needed to be gone. Suggs is gone, he needed to be gone. Nothing against either one of them. I like both of them, but that was holding your team back, in my opinion.
Like, okay,
you know what I mean?
So let's talk about all the people who retired and came back, like Sproles, like Deshaun Jackson. Like,
Jackson,
I mean, is it Deshaun Jackson?
He's back with Philly.
He back with Philly. They open.
And Sproles is back with Philly too.
Well, Sproles was there last year.
Yeah.
I thought Sproles retired. He ain't say he want to retire.
I don't even think Deshaun Jackson retired. Deshaun Jackson.
The only people I keep up with is the Redskins, apparently.
Right.
But Deshaun Jackson's back.
That he was so pressed.
Couple years. When he left the Redskins, he went to Tampa Bay. I was like, why are you going to Tampa Bay?
He went back home.
Yeah.
And he is so happy.
Trying to build around Jameis Winston.
Oh, okay.
That's how they got Mike Evans.
But Mike Evans is good though.
Yeah, but they had Deshaun Jackson run the long ball.
Right.
As usual.
Oh, of course.
When they said he went back to Philly, I saw his homecoming when they welcomed him back. I was like, I have to clap for that man. Have to.
He did it one way or
He'll
another.
never get a ring.
What he does.
You say he'll never get a ring?
He'll never get a ring because Philly ain't getting another ring.
You don't think so?
Nah, Philly's done.
You think it's gonna be a minute? They strive for that ring.
They be.
And the only reason why they got that ring is because the kicker missed by like that much. Yo, that was the most intense Super Bowl.
It's like you sit there like.
Watch this. I'm gonna talk. Watch this. Did it go doink? then I don't want to talk about it. Where the Chicago Bear fans at? Do we have a kicker? Because you see the Bears didn't try hard enough to get Robbie Gould back. Should have never let him leave to begin with. But that's in the past. Do we have a kicker yet? Because Mr. Doink last year in the playoffs, yeah, he got his letter of
he had to
take it elsewhere.
It was the Super Bowl.
No, it wasn't the Super Bowl. We ain't go that far.
Oh,
I
you
appreciate
talking about
it,
your
though.
mans. I was talking about Eagles. My bad.
Eagles ain't go to
Who would
Super
you
Bowl
like
last year,
to
did
see?
They didn't go to
Bowl?
Super. They went to Super Bowl the year
Let's be
before.
realistic. Who would you like to see in the Super Bowl?
Redskins.
Chicago Bears.
We already know. Like, I'm not even gonna. I'll say first game of the playoffs. I'll say that.
No, we can't predict that right now.
No, we can't.
I don't know who. I don't know where they're coming from. We cannot predict that right now. In my eyes, we can't. I just really hope that the Patriots do not go to the Super Bowl anymore. I'm so over them. Eli needs to go on and
Tom Brady.
Yes. Oh, Eli needs to retire and Tom Brady needs to retire. I don't care if I got the name
First of
wrong.
all,
Why? Tom Brady cheats.
That area good.
And that's the only reason why he should retire.
No. He needs to retire because he's old and he's a cheater and his body's gonna start falling apart soon.
No,
That's how I see it.
Though.
Roethlisberger, he gets hurt every year, so
Roethlisberger.
I can't say it. Roethlisberger.
Burger.
Education.
For guys who don't know, I am not good.
No, kill it. BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be right back. Giggles, haha, LOL, LMAO.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National Series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
are they're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that then
your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. Mm-hmm. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Whatever happened to the times when we cared for one another? We shared the same respect. What is happening? We're trading what's important for shiny things. I can't allow this blasphemy.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
About that until the next commercial.
We're gonna figure this out though. Right.
Look, I'm trying to find out about these Bears Redskins tickets because Skylyne Mark, T the Busy Bee. If no one else goes, we going.
Right. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not gonna say I've never been to a Redskins game and actually was able to watch the Redskins play.
That's because you were always.
But, however, high school in a couple years ago.
Really?
I went back. FedEx Field is the best. Let me tell you, the best thing I could have ever did in life. For those who are just tuning in, we are talking about sports right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's let you know. And right now we're going to talk about the Redskins in particular and why I haven't been to like a Redskins game to watch. So I haven't been to a Redskins game to actually watch the Redskins play because I always work the Redskins games. So, like, it was always fun. Like, the environment, the feeling, everything was just always so much fun, which is why I went. I like working for them. However, I am not working for them anymore, and it is on my to-do list to make it to a Redskins game, to actually be in the bleachers and watching the game and feel that energy inside of FedEx Field. Like, it is so much fun working, but it's going to be more fun being inside watching these people play. However, these tickets... So we figured out the real prices about the tickets, guys. They're not $16.
Nah, it ain't.
The cheapest one is $64. We just...
I saw something for 40.
Oh, for 40? That's up in the nosebleeds.
On the 50-yard line.
You watching ants.
Watching ants.
She said watching ants.
Oh, no.
You wild, Joe.
You good? The football...
Like M&T.
Really?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
call Dan Steiner.
Even from the nosebleed.
Yeah.
Even from the nosebleeds?
Yep.
From the nosebleeds.
I'm trying
but we had our... Yeah.
So they, for those who don't know, they are actually building a new hospital in Largo, which is like right down the street from FedEx Field. But I honestly feel like they need to they I don't know if they need to rebuild. They need to do something.
How long has FedEx Field been in existence? Because they were playing at RFK.
Right.
Yeah, they were.
And
so it's not that long ago.
The last
mayor
was
it was
trying
over
to,
the last 10 years because I graduated in 2009 and I worked for FedEx my junior and my sophomore and my freshman year of college and my sophomore year of college. So for 4 years. So it was way before 2009, 2008, 2000, before 2007, before they switched. So if they switched in the early 2000s. I know that much, and I know that for a fact because I worked there. It was a lot of fun. I should have went back.
In '96 on my birthday.
Yes.
And I think they played Memorial Stadium for one season before Energy Stadium opened up. And I think FedEx was brand new at that time.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't need to build. Maybe they just need to. Well, FedEx is good. They need.
Are you talking about the hospital just being around?
The hospital. I mean, I was thinking they needed to rebuild something else, like rebuild the stadium or something, or maybe they just need to rebrand for the Redskins. So, speaking of the Redskins, I also saw an article earlier this week that said that the Redskins does not need a new name, but they just need a new owner.
Okay.
Like,
well, you gotta look at it. That name has been in existence since 19. I should be mic'd up. I should.
You should. You might as well just go on and come on the show with us.
That name has been in existence since the 1930s because the Redskins is one, not the original team, but the next team afterwards because they were in Boston.
There's a lot of history.
Yeah, they were in Boston Redskins.
So Washington don't have no teams but the Senators.
And the Senators actually became two teams because they had the Senators one time and they became the Minnesota Twins. And then the next set of Senators became, were they Montreal? And then
Montreal Expos came down.
As the
Nationals.
Nationals.
You got the Wizards, formerly known as the Bullets from Baltimore.
They stole them from us. Thank you very much.
So you're telling me.
And won a championship the next year too.
Did they?
Yeah, 76, 77.
Oh, dang.
So you're telling me none of the teams in Washington were ever originally Washington's teams?
The
Capitals.
The Capitals is the only.
The Capitals
So,
and DC United.
Yeah.
Okay. So where the Wizards from?
Are we just gonna forget about the Mystics that they exist?
The Mystics?
Are we gonna forget that
The
they
Mystics
actually
are
exist?
original team.
Yeah.
But
that's
just like DC Divas, those are new franchises though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mystics wasn't around when I was a kid. Well, they probably did
Well, the
start when I was a kid.
WNBA can count.
This is the third time WNBA's been around. This is the longest it's ever run.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere because women's sports, the WNBA actually has a video game now.
Yeah, they do.
Shouts out to the women who play sports. All these athletes, you are getting them. We have 1 minute.
But I just need them to be
Today's career women are doing big things.
Yes, and that's why
sports.
we had a whole set for
Look,
them.
not this year, but starting, I'm going to say March next year, we're going to bring it back. Today's career women.
Can we do a mix though? I mean, we can do today's career women. Can we add some men to the show too?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, honestly, women have started getting a whole lot of credit, which was very great, amazing. Thank you, because we always in the background. But there's been a lot of men out here making a lot of big moves. And I feel like we need to highlight them too. And on that note, we will be taking a break because it is at the top of the hour. Could you believe it's already 8 o'clock or 7:57, about to be 8 o'clock?
Yeah, 8
Told
o'clock.
you to be the fastest 2 hours of your life. We got 1 hour left. We got here at 7:15. So boom.
Dang, really?
Make sure, yes, my name is T the Busy Bee. Make sure you don't at me. Follow me on Instagram at TEY_the Busy Bee.
Skylyne underscore Mark, SKYLYNE underscore Mark.
Would you like to drop SKYLYNE _Mark?
Okay.
Would you like to drop
Adrienne
yours?
Hailey _
Yes. And we will be back like we never left. See you in a minute.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause.
Right.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And here we are with Skylyne Mark, and here we are with Adrienne Hailey.
My bad.
This is my best friend.
I'm gonna say, where
is my partner? We are here today. For those of you who are just tuning in, we were actually just talking about sports, and we just gave a whole rundown about sports, about the predictions for this season, who we actually see getting to the Super Bowl, where we never really concluded anything about. We were talking about the changes the Redskins need to make so they can win.
They're not gonna make
more.
Win.
Win.
Win. Yeah, how about that?
Everybody else. Yes, and for those of you who don't know, our producer is live.
Yes, I am.
He
Yes,
is
I am.
And he is mic'd up.
I am mic'd up. Yes, I am.
You probably won't be able to see him, but you'll be able to hear him throughout the show, though, because he definitely is. He's the trivia master. I must give him that. He is the best producer I ever had. I must give him that.
I'm the only producer she ever had.
Nicole at one point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. My bad.
Shout out to Nicole.
Shout out to Nicole.
We miss you.
Yeah, we do miss her.
Yes.
She's around, though.
She's around.
Yeah,
How's she doing? She good?
Yeah, she's good. She's good. She's a big part of the
We ask about you every now and then.
Yeah, she's a big part of the Be Exposed family still. So
that's good. That's what's up.
That's good. That's good.
That's always good.
Always.
Always. Yes. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about the Redskins and moving FedEx Field, or moving them to a different place. If it was
they need
important,
to move back
he's
to
not
DC.
going to pay for it.
I don't think. Where are they going to move back to DC?
The previous mayor wanted to. He was trying to do everything he could to eventually, years down the road, get them to move back.
Right.
But they have to. If they're not going to tear down RFK and rebuild it, they have to build a brand new stadium.
I mean, they have the Eagles Arena, but the Eagles Arena isn't that big. And the Eagles, the Eagles Arena is big.
Yeah, the Eagles Stadium is big.
Because they host.
You're competing with stadiums of today, though.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But they host NASCAR. Did y'all know the Eagles Stadium hosts NASCAR shows?
It's big.
And their races? In the horses?
That stadium is that big.
Yes.
Yeah, from what they say it is. You know, I haven't.
I mean,
been
if
there yet,
it's
but it's big.
I mean, the smallest track you can have, I think, is like a half a mile.
Yeah, half-mile track, pretty much.
That's big.
Yeah. And if you look at it, a football field can sit in a half mile track, basically, in the infield. So you can run it on the outskirts. All you have to do is set it up for that.
That almost sounds.
That ain't that big.
But I don't feel like that's not as.
Oh yeah, it is. Half a mile.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you're building a racetrack around Arundel Mills.
Yeah. You're putting an oval around Arundel Mills.
That's a good size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real good size.
Do you think if they move to Arenas Stadium, it'll make a difference for them? What can change the
Okay, you can have a stadium all you want.
not the volume. I can't think of the word
What are
that
you talking about? The volume?
What would change the Redskins
momentum?
Fan base,
Momentum. Boom.
Leadership.
Right.
Yeah.
Leadership.
When you got leaders that don't
When
care,
you have
you don't.
right, when you can have a team that's and you can take prime example because there's quite a few teams that had leaders and wasn't winning championships, but they were leaders. You know, they got a couple championships out of them, but they were still leaders. Look at the Minnesota Vikings when, you know, Alan Page and all those guys were playing. You know, and that's old, but still they were leaders. They were tough guys. They played the game. They played to win. Now, more so than anything, you got contract players who play for their pockets.
Yeah.
So if you don't have somebody who's a field general, who can coach, player, whatever, that's not a field general and can drive that team to win, then you're gonna wind up with a mediocre team. You know, same. It's happening with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Look how Pittsburgh just kind of like imploded. You know.
They've been on for a while though.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just not like.
But you look at it. You look at the basis when Le'Veon Bell took that year and said, "I'm sitting out until you give me a better contract, or till somebody give me a better contract." And now you got Antonio Brown over in Oakland. You know, I mean, that. You know, who controls the ship, really?
Yeah.
You got to have somebody who can control the ship. I mean, Roethlisberger, no, because he got too much of an ego and a big chip on his shoulder.
And gets hurt.
Yeah.
Easily.
So.
I must say that.
And I feel like
so,
when it was Hines Ward, when it was Troy Polamalu, like when it was all of
that. Yeah, because you have more of a team nucleus. You had James Harrison there, who was all about teamwork. Hines Ward, teamwork.
Yeah.
Troy Polamalu, teamwork.
And I feel like they also level-headed Ben out sometimes.
Well, somebody had to. It's like, look, get your head in the game.
Right, they leveled that man out.
Or get out.
If nobody is gonna level him out, he's gonna do what he wants to do.
Right. And when you get paid that amount of money and, you know, can go around here and everybody gets you out of trouble, then...
Right, you good.
You know?
People have gotten that man out of trouble.
I can't say his name, so the way that I say it...
Burger.
The way that... I know. Roethlisberger.
R-O-T-H.
Can we not do this on air?
Roethlisberger.
Can we not do this on air? I am not.
I like to see what you do with Mitch's name.
What's Mitch's last name?
What's Mitch's last name?
Trubisky.
Oh, I can say Trubisky.
Okay.
I just can't say Roethlisberger.
Can you say Teddy Bruschi?
Yeah, Bruschi. Teddy Bruschi. Teddy Bruschi. I have like a little speech impediment.
It's like a slight.
I know you have a list. You have a slight list. I can tell because I have a slight list.
It's certain words that I just cannot say. Like I can't say threatening.
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 Specifically, I have to take a breath before I say, so I can say the part of it, or else it comes out
spitting
wrong.
on people.
Spitting? I'm not worried about spitting on people. I try to like swallow my spit before I say the word so I don't spit on them. What's another word I can't say? It's another word I can't say. Threatening, specifically. I could say expeditiously. It's another word. It's another lead word that has a lot of letters that I always get stuck on, and I conveniently skip it every
Can you
time.
say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
I surely can. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Where did I start? The Mickey Mouse.
I could say automatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, but it's just certain
Edamame.
words. Who?
Edamame.
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 Oh, edamame.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
You know, if someone says the word to me first, I can say it back. But trying to, it's a hard fail. I must say that.
Oh, you know what? Can we switch gears real quick? And hit comedy.
Comedy?
Yes.
Oh, what you want to talk about?
Because you know who I want to come to DC?
Who you want to come
I
to
need
DC?
the 85 South Show to come back to DC.
So, for those of you who don't know,
Carlos Miller, DC on Fly.
yes.
Oh, okay.
They have a YouTube. It's on YouTube. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but
No, it's
they
just on YouTube.
they have shows. Like they do shows
That
where
podcast though,
yeah, where they're just like goofing off the whole time. Like as soon as they start from start to finish, like they're just goofing off the whole time. I actually watched it a lot because of her.
Wow.
Yep.
But if there were any comedians that you would like to bring back, like just to see again, who would they be?
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Bernie Mac.
If I could get the old kings of comedy back, I mean,
Yeah.
I need DL Hughley.
DL's not that funny to me.
But
I think he's more so on a political thing.
yeah,
right now.
but it's still funny.
Yeah. It's funny.
If we could get that whole tour plus George Lopez, that would be
Yeah. Yeah.
Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Cedric Ensign. Who else was it?
Yeah.
Was Martin Lawrence on there?
No.
Was Martin Lawrence
It was-
actually
it was
funny?
He started out hosting.
It was DL Hughley. DL Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer,
Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey.
and Steve Harvey. That's who it was.
But then, like, George Lopez was always
George,
somehow
George
with them in a weird way.
George Lopez used to come out, but he also did the Latin Kings. of
Yeah,
comedy.
he did.
That's when you start seeing the big dude now.
Iglesias?
Yeah.
He's funny, too.
Yeah, he's real funny.
His Netflix specials are
Yeah.
funny. I would like the old queens of comedy.
I just watched that on Bounce last night.
You did? I need that because I don't feel like there's really any.
I would like to see Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need.
Do another tour.
Yeah.
How do you all feel about Kevin Hart? Y'all think he lost his funny just a little bit?
He lost some. He lost a whole lot of points.
If
Oh no, it wasn't Kevin Hart. It was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Why Chris Rock lose
Chris-
points?
Chris Rock did something real dumb.
Like
I don't remember what he do.
I can't remember either.
It was real dumb. It was like he made everyone just do a double take at him. Like I cannot believe you let that roll off your tongue. I don't remember what he did or what he said.
Well,
truth hurts.
as far as Kevin Hart is concerned, I think he just gone mainstream because
Yeah.
he's in movies now.
Right, he was in movies.
He got
movie.
Netflix. You know, I mean, he did the Jumanji movie.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of like crossing over into a more mainstream. That doesn't mean he can't come back and do his old stand-up and his old skit. But you know, he's crossing over into another plateau, which could be a good thing. Which could
He's
be a
getting
good thing
money.
for him because I mean, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know.
know. For me and Kevin Hart, it's not that he's not funny. It's just like I
He's
keep
not
hearing
as
the same
funny.
thing over and over and over. Like for me, it's nothing really different.
To me, he's not as funny
He's not
as he used
he's
to
not
be.
different anymore. Like he's not different.
Yeah, and
Like,
you know.
there's no wow factor to him anymore.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of us, especially urban community, think he ought to come out with another. What was the last concert movie he did?
It's
The
still
one
like-
with the big question mark on his back.
Oh yeah. It's like
they-
right after he cheated on his wife, he came out with another.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was funny.
That was funny, and everybody's expecting that. You know, mostly in the urban community expects that.
Yeah.
But now that he's crossing over, he's doing a lot more things. So eventually he'll come back to it because they always come back to it.
Yeah.
But right now he's just doing, top of the market stuff.
Comedy. They actually just built and opened a new comedy show facility in Southern Maryland.
Really? Where?
Yeah, in Waldorf.
Really?
Yeah, all the way in Waldorf.
Who will go out there?
I don't know, but they host the boxing out there too, and the boxing in Waldorf always gets sold out. I used to take my little brother and my sister to go to the boxing shows.
Where was I?
Not with her.
Right.
Not with me.
Yeah.
But I used to take them to see the boxing. I don't know if it's still in the same area.
Is it a lot of local or is it nationally recognized?
Local.
Oh, local. Okay, that's
yeah.
cool. Because I know here in Baltimore we have a couple of places where you can actually see.
Doesn't Baltimore have a comedy factory or something
Yeah,
like that?
Baltimore Comedy Factory.
Over on
what's
that? Dundalk, Essex.
You know
Somewhere.
who I think is really
Not
funny
too far.
that could hang with Queens of Comedy?
Who?
Honestly, I think Just Hilarious could really hang with Queens of Comedy. I do.
Yeah.
She goes her own way.
Yeah. I mean, she's good. I mean, I gotta hear more from her. I mean, to be honest with you, I gotta check YouTube because I hear about her more so than.
I mean, she made it to Wild 'N Out. I feel like anyone makes it to Wild. I don't feel like he chooses non-funny people for Wild 'N Out.
But sometimes he does. But it's like you have to work your own. That's why, like DC Young Fly got so good, Chico Bean got so good. Carlos Miller's been doing it for years. Who else is on Wild 'N Out that really started on their own?
Iman Hudson.
Iman Hudson when he started asking all these questions.
Asking all them questions. We do.
That's clever.
I really feel like we do need some new breeds in comedy that are doing their own thing, like Chico Bean and DC Young Fly and Carlos Miller. I feel like we need a little bit more of that, and it is.
It's time for a break on the Skylyne Radio Show with Miss T the Busy Bee and Skylyne Mark on BExposedRadio.com.
Oh!
How about that?
And that's straight from our producer. Until next time, ladies. Guys.
Fall into this unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new and take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move, don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a song, be my radio. And if you follow me there, I'll follow you back. Let the night unfold. I can tell that she can't get enough, show enough, she couldn't keep the feels up from me. Oh no, she couldn't keep the feels up from me. Touching hands till we dance in the dark, show enough, she couldn't keep the feels up from me. We do whatever you like, feels up from me. Oh no, she couldn't keep the feels up from me. So let's slide, you and me alone, to find who we really are. Crash into something new. I got that
Like the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. Feel me? So no matter what you up to, just go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how survive, really having nothing is. Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, it's cause my father did.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
And we are back again.
They named her Giggle
ready
Show.
for that, dog.
I was not ready for
You
that.
didn't hear about
We're
that?
back.
That's old news.
Yes,
that's
that's
like
old.
10, 15 years old.
But I would be on my high. I wouldn't trust you after that.
Yeah,
So-
with knowing all that, and if everything
Hold on,
is
no one
true,
knows what
then
we're
yeah.
talking about.
No, they're not supposed to, because we
They
always
need to
do
know
this.
what we're talking
Nah,
about.
because we don't have all the facts.
During break, we were talking about Jay-Z and Damon Dash and their fiasco, where music would be if they actually teamed
Stuck
up together. Like they were supposed to, even though they split for
What?
multiple reasons. They're not friends anymore for
Oh,
multiple
Ben
reasons.
knew that.
Like,
That's old.
10, 15 years
yeah.
old.
But Jay-Z definitely made it. If I feel like anytime there's a big friendship breakup and one of them making and the other one, I mean, Damon Dash also out here getting money too, don't get me wrong.
That's
But
after his American hiatus. He just moved back here.
He left America?
He was over in like London.
Yeah, I heard he was staying outside the country at one point, but he's been back for like a minute or two. Hasn't? Something like that?
I think for a couple of years, probably a couple of years, but you didn't hear anything from him until this
They
year.
all move.
Yeah.
Janet lives over in Europe.
Yeah.
Madonna
Who
lives
else?
over in Europe.
Somebody
know,
from the
taxes.
Fugees.
It's the
Wyclef.
taxes.
Not
Wyclef?
Wyclef. I think Wyclef, Lauren. I don't think
Lauren Hill goes back and forth from
She
New
does,
York
and
to
then
Jamaica.
the third member.
Oh, Proswell?
Yeah, Proswell. He lives over there.
Okay.
Wow.
He was low key one of the hardest spinners.
It was The Voice.
Like
It was The
this.
Voice.
Yeah.
It's
he had-
okay. I don't even know what his
he had
voice
to-
sounds like, but we're going to figure this out.
Listen to the score.
Okay.
If you want to...
Tiana, you've never listened to the
Fuji.
score?
Listen to
I
the
don't
score.
know. We're going to listen on the way home.
Listen to the
How are you
score.
my best friend and you not?
Do you have...
You know more about sports. You just had a whole conversation. I had to sit back and listen, girl.
Do you have the album, the score?
I got her.
Okay.
I got her.
Yes. She going to put me on.
My dad
She's my put me on friend.
put me on the Fugees.
Fuji Live.
I was like, that's all we used to listen to. Anita Baker, Fuji, Sade. All like good, real
Anita?
music. Yes.
Oh, okay. Addie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Aretha,
Yeah,
don't get me
she's
started.
the
Although
type
I'm
that
from
that
Detroit
made
too,
me
so-
figure out if I had
You're
to
from
choose.
Detroit.
Where?
Yeah.
She's from
Who's your football
Detroit.
team?
He in wrestling.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we was gonna have a problem.
No, I can't.
You don't like the JV team of the NFL? See what happens, Carl.
But the I cannot get his name right. Something Sue. I cannot say his name for the life of me. He used to play for the Detroit Lions. He used to
Dominic
play for
Sue?
Yeah.
I was
that
gonna say.
boy is a beast. He used to hit
What's wrong with
people.
Barry Sanders?
Oh, well, she's a little
I'm
young,
I'm
but
young
Barry,
for that.
Barry Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
We ain't
younger
gotta talk
than
about that then.
He used to leave people trembling. I remember one time I saw a game and he was about to hit somebody, and the man just ran away because he didn't want to get hit by him.
And yeah.
Because he's big.
Beast.
There's one interview, his mom, he was with his mom, I think it was like Mother's Day or something. And she said, what do you talk to him when it comes to football? She was like, I don't. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. I got a question.
He gets that mad.
I got a question.
Yeah,
Since we're talking about Jay-Z, I know Jay-Z and Damon Dash. But what about Jay-Z and Kaepernick? That whole thing.
That's
with
interesting.
when he went in front of Goodell in the NFL.
I didn't hear
I feel
So-
like
You didn't hear anything?
he's
about it?
partnering with the NFL.
Story time.
I heard that with Jay-Z.
Story time.
Kaepernick shouldn't have got blackballed like he did. I think
He
we
shouldn't
all
have.
know that.
He shouldn't have.
Trump, that was all Trump doing.
That too.
Well,
Because you heard the latest what Trump said. If he's good enough, I think he should be allowed to play. You're the
was
reason
good.
why he ain't
He was
playing.
good enough in the first place.
He was good enough in the beginning.
Exactly.
He should have never been taken off the field. He should have never been blackballed. Like, he literally stood up for what he wanted and what he felt like was wrong, which was police brutality.
And then it went so, oh, he's disrespecting the flag. My parents are veterans. And they didn't feel disrespected at all. They were like,
well,
but you got a lot of these brainwashed
yeah.
that feel different.
But then,
it's disrespect.
But then again, if you look at it, we disrespect the flag every day.
We do.
When we go to Old Navy or 4th of July and buy those Old Navy T-shirts with the flag on it, and it says, part of disrespecting the flag, I think it's in the Constitution, that the flag should not be worn on clothing.
I feel like
Really?
when they do like the fake army fatigue stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that in a way like
So the military is disrespecting the flag every day.
Yeah. Police officers, if they have the flag on their shoulders.
Wow, sports.
Yep.
It's crazy the manipulative rules that they have in America.
It is.
Like, it's very manipulated.
See, the only thing that they realize is burning the flag. The biggest thing people have a problem here in America is burning the flag, but they don't really realize that they're, pretty much disrespecting the flag
every day.
Every day.
That's crazy.
I honestly feel like Kaepernick should have been allowed to play, should have been back playing. And weird.
It's okay. We got more.
Weird enough, some people might not like me saying this, but I feel like part of this whole thing was a ploy for Jay-Z. And there's a reason why I say that, but it's a ploy, and it's a ploy in a good way to get black people back involved into the NFL. Boom.
Yeah.
So what they did was, I feel like when Jay-Z told them that he was not going to be a part of the Super Bowl, the NFL was like, so how are we going to make this happen? Because in Jay-Z's songs, he was like, y'all need me, I don't need y'all. So, but you got to think about it.
Well, apparently, he needs them too, because he did sign the contract. And
I didn't know he did not
to
know
be,
that
pretty much. And when it came out to the, I have to watch the whole entire interview because I only watched snippets of it. But what I saw was he pretty much went in for the buck.
You think he did it for the money?
He did it for the money.
Well, he's a capitalist.
He wanted.
Jay-Z is definitely a capitalist.
It was like, okay, I'm gonna get the halftime show. They said, yeah, sure, you can get the halftime show. I mean,
that is gonna be a halftime show.
See,
I'm excited. I just really don't want to see. Okay, can I just?
But
really
it's
be
more
all
than just
in?
the halftime show, because you still have a dude that Jay-Z is supposed to have been, in a sense, representing out of a job.
You know what I want to see Jay-Z do? I want to see if there's a way for Jay-Z to bring back Kaepernick at a halftime show. Just do it, man. Like, I really feel
But does he really? I haven't seen any interviews with him.
With Kaepernick?
No, I'm saying I haven't seen any interviews of Kaepernick speaking on football. But does he still want to play? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah. He still wants to play.
He's mad.
But he's standing his ground.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do respect him for that, for standing his ground.
There is the Canadian League.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna go backwards.
But
I don't even feel
it's
like that.
NFL over everybody whenever it comes to football.
Even if you go to Europe, NFL football is
it's a thing. No matter where you go, even arena football, the people who play for arena football, they only play for that time because they're either getting ready to go back into NFL, or they're keeping their body conditioned.
So they can
conditioned.
Because more than likely they can go in as walk-ons.
You were good in college, but you weren't good enough in the NFL. Look at how many players from WWE's Vince McMahon's football league that he had for 2 or 3 years.
The XFL.
Look how many players are in the NFL or were in the NFL because of that.
Look at the USFL if you want to look at anything.
That too.
Because the majority of our big name players at the time came from the USFL.
Yep.
You know.
So do you all think that there's also an article, and it's been spoken about, that Ice Cube is going to start his own league? It's Ice Cube and a few other people who are going to start their own league as well.
Well,
it's break. It's
that's something different. Okay, we're going on break.
All right. Okay, guys, I know you all are tuning in. We were actually really getting into this really, really well, but we have to take a break. So we will see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Be right back.
BigExposedRadio.com. Skylyne.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's radio loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Be Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
Period.
the real.
You right.
That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to, if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week, you don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. We're actually talking about Ice Cube and his endeavors into the sports in the black community, and how he's secretly been trying to change things for a while now. For those who don't know, he does have the Big Three.
Basketball tournament.
Yes, it is a basketball tournament. It's 3-on-3. I was trying to see if he was actually trying to start the football team, but I don't see anything about a football team.
I really think it's just a
Football
thing
team
for
is
basketball.
a tournament or something.
Yeah.
I heard something
Because
briefly
Snoop Dogg
about it.
and Uncle Luke and everybody else does, like Uncle
Well,
Luke
they
and Snoop Dogg
do
football.
little kid leagues.
But those little kids are monsters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kids ain't little no more.
First of all, Uncle Luke, the things with like how he turned around Miami, crazy. Crazy. Like, I would want one of my kids to play for Uncle Luke.
And the crazy thing is,
'Cause those kids
it's
have gone
not
to
that
the
hard
NFL.
to start a league.
It's not.
No, it isn't.
It's
It
really
takes
not.
it takes love, dedication,
You just have to do
and a
that.
bunch of kids that want to play football.
Yeah, you gotta. They also have to have love for the kids.
So what would be the best way for them to make enough money so that they end up on TV? They need sponsorships, of course.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
are you talking about kids leagues, or are you talking about?
any league that's not NFL or arena football. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
just making
you're
it and
gonna
making
have
something
to. You're
different.
gonna have to advertise a lot.
Yeah.
And
Because
it's gonna have to be. Yeah, you're gonna have to make it inviting for the people. You're gonna have to, sort of like do what all these wrestling associations are doing now since WWE. They got Ring of Honor. They got NWA came back again. They got
Really?
they got
ECW.
They got New
ECW
Japan.
used to be
It's
New Japan, and even WWE has NXT.
Yeah, they do.
So
that is now finally coming on.
And they
That's
still
now
have
finally
Raw,
coming.
but I don't think they're still on.
Raw
under the
and
same-
SmackDown is
Yeah.
brands under the
Under the
WWF
WWE.
title.
Yeah.
I mean, but
under the WWE
organization title. But yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot of publicity for it.
I feel like that when it comes to like the local football teams, like the Knights and everything. Like,
The semi-pros?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
feel like they need more recognition too.
Well, the best thing you can do for semi-pro teams is, I would say, get out there, film them, put them on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
So
if you want to start if you want to start a podcast that single round semi-pro team, that's another way of doing it.
Exactly.
But you're going to have to promote it. You're going to have sponsorship with it. You're going to have money behind it because it's going to take money to operate it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you want the airtime and all the rest of that stuff, you're paying big bucks. So you're going to have the big bucks.
Low key. Low key. Good.
Right. I've been to a couple arena football team games. I saw. Ooh. I'm not even gonna get their names right. I've seen DC and Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna stop. I've seen DC and Baltimore. They're actually very entertaining and very and they pull you in and make you folks and just want to watch football the whole time.
Right.
Like until they run into the side and get hurt.
Yeah.
Because their field is small, so
it's surrounded by a hockey rink. It's about hockey rink size.
And hockey is low key lit too.
Yeah.
Hockey is bloody.
Well, hockey is
not like it used to be.
Not like it used to be.
You done had a woman that played in there. Now you're starting to get some brothers up in there, so they're not doing all. They're not allowing all.
Well, you know what? They had quite a few brothers play in the NHL.
At one time, they had 3. The Capitals had, if not 1, 2 of them.
But even one actually was the goalie for the Stanley. Won the Stanley Cup, and that was Grant Furr, who played with Edmonton Oilers.
Who the woman play for?
With Gretzky.
Yeah.
I can't remember who.
Good
I can't remember. I think she was a right wing or something like that, but I can't remember what
I
team
fell
she
in love
played.
with hockey when I found out they had players designated just to hit me.
Yeah.
I said, what?
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
It's football on ice.
It's just like football was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Right.
Kill the quarterback.
Gritty.
Right.
I missed that.
I'm going to say maybe 95, 2000, you started actually seeing hockey players with teeth in their mouth again. And it was their teeth, not false teeth.
Right.
Like, when they say whoever's got the puck,
get them,
you get a raise. If you knock teeth out his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Like you look at the gritty era of the NHL. Oh, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teeth missing out just above your mouth.
The one big thing about hockey was a lot of people went to see what they called the goons, which were the guys who actually ran you into the boards and high-sticked and checked you and all the rest of that stuff. That was a big thing. It was sort of like, if you was celebrated like, you was like one of the national, like a scoring leader because you done took out so many people.
It's just like the 70s and 80s. I'm going to go there with the Redskins. If you wanted to see people get hurt, you weren't going and watching the game. You were going and watching what?
Hockey.
The Hogs.
The Hogs.
The Hogs.
That's the name of the Washington Redskins. You did not know your name of your team. Their nickname is the Hogs.
The Hogs.
The Hogs.
The defense.
Knocking.
Them 400 or 500 pound balls.
They were big dudes that were on the line.
That's where the Hogs came from.
I'm learning something new every day, guys.
How did you not
You ever heard the name William the Refrigerator Perry?
That man.
He was 450, 500 pounds.
They were talking about
in the
him
middle
on,
of the summer.
980.
Practice throughout preseason. They would put him in a trash can, fill it up with ice, then fill it up with water, because that's the only way his would cool off.
Yeah.
He shut down a McDonald's one day because they ran out of food.
Yeah.
That was 5 or 6 of the guys on y'all defense. You've watched You've watched Redskins on TV.
Mhm.
You've always got three, anywhere from bare minimum 2 or 3 to as many as 7, 8 guys dressed up like a pig.
In dresses.
That's why they had the pigs.
Pig nose, the snouts, the hogs. The offensive line and the defensive line was probably the largest lines there in the National Football League at one time.
You know how we used to love seeing the Sean Taylor Cup, but all of them just get it. Like that is that. For me, it's that times like 50.
Yeah.
Like these dudes.
Try looking at Dexter Manley and Charles Mann play on the same line.
They were talking about Charles Mann
and hit people like it. It was sort of like if Ray Lewis and
I miss Ray
Nada
Lewis.
came in and smacked the hell out of you at the same time.
Ray Lewis and Suggs are small compared to how these guys were.
Yeah.
back
Sean
then.
Taylor is tiny compared to these guys.
Like, you don't hear it no more in football. Did you get the license number on that runaway Mack truck? They don't say that no more because them boys ain't hitting like that.
Because they can't hit like that.
Because they not that big.
Oh my God. Like, no, this is.
Jerome Bettis was called
Hit.
the bus for
For
a
Yes.
reason.
That man.
The bus.
The bus.
I feel like I'm letting the Redskins down as big as a fan. I never, okay, so here's the thing about the pigs, because I told y'all that I, okay,
Get
the
it
pig,
right.
I meant the pig noses.
I'm from Baltimore, okay? And I know what it is.
Yes. Here's the thing about the pig noses in particular.
The hogs?
Okay? No, I said the pig noses
The mask.
for a reason.
The mask.
No, I said
Okay, just go ahead.
Go ahead.
for a reason. So, when I was working there, I would be always confused as to why they always had a pig nose and people would be walking around with the pig nose. Now that I know that it was the hogs because the Redskins.
Why didn't you go to Google and say, why do people go to
Google for what? I was working.
Why do people go to a Redskins game with pig noses on? They
I
told
was
you.
working. I wasn't worried
told
about.
you, though.
I mean,
That's
it
the
makes
mascot.
sense now. But like, what if they changed the name to the Redskin Hogs?
Have you ever seen a Cleveland Browns game and you notice that everybody's dressed as dogs? Because that's the dog pound.
And if you look at the old
The Raiders.
basketball
The
team?
Raiders. They always had one corner. It was pitch black.
Yeah.
Pitch black.
The black hole.
The black hole.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They still.
All right. I need
The
to do better.
the 70s, 80s, Chicago Bears. The original dog pound.
The original dog pound.
That's
Denver
the-
Broncos. The Orange Crush.
Yep.
Now I heard of the Orange Crush before.
And that's not even getting into basketball.
Minnesota Vikings were the purple
bad
people
boys.
eater.
The Purple People Eaters.
The purple people eaters.
Their defense.
The defense.
I think at one point I actually started watching the Vikings. So little do y'all know, every time that the Redskins decide they're going to
Don't let
start
me
taking a whole bunch of L's.
Don't
That's
let
fine. Every time that the Redskins decide they want to start taking some L's, I go and find another team to watch.
That's not true. That's not a true fan.
It is a true fan
Stick
because
with
I
it,
am
stick with it.
diehard and I
Chicago
will
Bears.
watch the Redskins games. I would still consider watching the Redskins games, but I used to sit in my room all day on a Sunday and watch all the games from beginning to end. So, that was my life. So after a while, that game's over. Now I need to find another people. First I was watching Jacksonville, the Jaguars. I watched them, I believe the year the Eagles went to the league,
Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl. The Jaguars was close. They made it to the wild card.
They made it to the playoffs.
They were almost, they made it to the playoffs
they made it to
too.
the playoffs.
And it just made me mad. Like the year later, I was like, yes, the Jags about to do it again. Da 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 da. And then they took a whole bunch of L's. Miami Dolphins. Y'all remember when Miami Dolphins went from 0 to 13?
Yeah.
I went 13. And then the following year, they actually did something.
Yeah.
I guess it's different. It's just,
The
it depends.
only thing that
I
I
still
like
watch the
about
Redskins
the
stuff.
Miami Dolphins,
We were supposed to wear
if
our,
Chicago ever goes 9-0, and Miami's 0-9, and they come in to play us in Chicago, we're gonna lose. It's happened twice.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going to Super Bowl because it's happened twice.
I mean, so what do y'all think about the Redskins and the Cowboys? And how many?
Well,
Commercial
looking at the cow. No, we got a little more.
Shut up.
But I'm not a Cowboys fan,
Mhm.
but I am a football. You know, I do watch football. I'm a fan of football. Cowboys. I think they can do something, even if Zeke doesn't get on the field, because he's still holding out.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sorry for everybody who draft him in their fantasy leagues because they don't know what's going to happen right now.
Oh well, I'm not drafting him then. Thank you.
Well,
This is my thing. If you're under contract,
yeah,
he's under contract, right?
Well, he's negotiating for a new contract.
But is he currently under contract?
He can still hold out though.
He can still hold out.
You're not answering the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's under contract. If you're holding out, you should be fined every day that you hold out. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if it's a Chicago Bear. I don't care if it's a Chicago Bear. Basically, what you're doing is you're proving I can care less about the sport. I just want more money.
Well,
But that's what they did.
So why is Ezekiel Elliott holding out?
Because he wants more money.
He wants a new contract.
He wants a new contract and he wants more
extension.
money.
Because I think the rookies have a certain time limit on their contracts before they sign them over to like be franchise players or something like that. So he still was under his rookie contract. Now it's to the point where he can negotiate for a larger contract.
I will not put it past the man. He is good.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at Le'Veon Bell did the same thing. Melvin Gordon is doing the same thing out in L.A. with the Chargers. So it's now it's become common for people to hold out
Even
because it happens every
on
year.
the Redskins that said he doesn't trust the medical staff, which is okay. He's okay.
Yeah.
That's you should
But,
always
but
get a
nobody,
second
but
opinion
nobody is
because
gonna,
that's
nobody
the
is
team's
gonna
doctor.
give
That's
him.
not your doctor.
Nobody's gonna give him any more money.
Well,
He might keep trying.
It's just
And
like
they're
in
like, oh, the
entertainment.
Patriots want him.
It's just like an
At this
entertainment.
point, take him.
Well, you know, and the league is going to, I mean, pretty much after a while, they're going to, if they feel as though, well, look, this is how much you're worth, they're going to present you with that. If you feel like you're more than that, then they're going to say, okay, well, you shop around and you see who's going to give you the better
that works
deal.
out for you.
Right.
Who gives you, if they give you the better deal, fine. If we can top that deal, we will. But you go ahead and shop around and see what a better deal you get. Because at the same time, mind you, he's sitting out. They're still getting players to fill that spot.
Yeah.
So you either gonna play.
So I mean, you look at it. I mean, even with
take you.
Le'Veon Bell, as much as people said, oh well, that's going to hurt Pittsburgh and all the rest of that stuff, they brought in James Comer and he came in and he did his thing. You know, I mean, he wasn't Le'Veon, didn't put up the numbers as Le'Veon, but still.
Le'Veon was number one at one
He was
point
the number
for
one
a
running
very
back
long time, for like
for quite a-
3 years,
yeah,
three,
for
4
quite a while.
years.
Yeah.
He was number one, and
He
then
was
he got
rated
hurt.
number one.
Yeah, and then he got what's the word when you can't play certain games? Suspended. Yeah, he got suspended for like 5 games.
Well,
I remember all of that.
well-
That's when I was fantasy football.
Well, you look
out.
at Antonio Brown. Speaking of fantasy, I got Antonio Brown on my team. Right now, I feel as though I might have to go around and shop for another player because the antics that he's doing over in Oakland clearly tells me that he doesn't want to play for them. Because anytime you're going to argue about a helmet, and I know that's to protect your head and everything like that, and there's special things that you know that they do have now. But I mean, you don't come in one day because of dispute. You go Sunday, you walk on the field, you do your sprints and everything, but as soon as the practice come together, you're out of there. Something tells me you don't want to play for that team. So.
Yeah. So I think this time, Adrienne, you want to take us on break? Since you've been, you and Andre, y'all been doing this break thing. So let's go with this break.
All right. So we are about to go on break. All right. T the Busy Bee, Skylyne Park, Adrienne, Hailey, we will be back.
Hey, like we never left.
BeExposedRadio.com. Skylyne.
Skirt, 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 skirt. Start, skirt, 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 start, start. I be up in the way. 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 Running on my face. Gucci guilty on my face. I be up in the way. 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 Bedroom phone ring, girl in t-shirt answers me. I get off on the way that she answers me. First time saw her, I knew she was the one for me. Ever since then, we've been vibing on some chemistry. It's just a matter of time. I know she feeling my vibe. I got the keys to her ride. She put her hands on my thigh. She got that look in her eye. SL what I'm riding. Royalty, call me highness. All day and overnighted. Cause it's crunch time when I'm grinding. This Adderall got me nauseous. Proceed with caution. Tired of lanes, I'm exhausted. Poppin' Zanny Zan, sipping out the faucet. I'm confused, don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what I'm doing? Got me going where the I'm going. Out of space where I'm going. Wait, where I'm going? Wait, where I'm going? Out of space where I'm going. Out of space where I'm.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back.
I'm really disappointed in this man's actions right now.
Alright, I got you.
We're back.
Like what?
Alright, I got you.
What Sway?
Okay, so that was my bartender. You know the reason why people hold out?
Wow.
Both y'all giving me the dirty, ugly.
Go ahead.
Yes.
The reason why people hold out is not only do they want more money, yes, that is true, but what they're trying to do is they want to set their future.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But still, you got to hold out. You had the whole off season.
Yeah, but still, they're gonna look at you to come in for that same amount of money.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, hold up. You know, I made so many touches.
I get it. You had all summer. Now you want me to play for you, and you ain't try to negotiate nothing.
Look,
so I'm gonna hold out.
I done been through Rookie of the Year candidacy. You know, I done gave you 15 touchdowns a year.
Right.
You know, I done broke a couple records. I'm trying to fulfill my future, and if you want me to be a part of this team for the future, you say I'm the future,
right?
Then give me future money.
Exactly.
Did you have
I get it.
a moment?
I get it.
This was the future?
I get it.
Anyway,
you learn something every day.
Every day. Shout out time.
Yes. Shouts out. Woo,
SK
shouts out
Pizza
to
and
Miss.
Subs.
Yes, SK Pizza and Subs. Shouts out to Miss Lasagna with LK Consulting. Thank you so much for this weekend and bringing us all of these toiletries. Thank you to Miss Toya for coming out. Thank you to everyone who actually volunteered this weekend.
And their donations.
Yes.
We appreciate it. We love all of you. Shout out. Look, shout out to my doctor bartender, Mr. DJ Mikey Ray. He was tuning in. That's why I was on the phone, because he was giving me tidbits about, the whole lot.
He could have texted you.
Hey.
You live. I don't want to hear.
You take that up with Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. Appreciate you, bro.
Hi, Mikey. Next time, text him, please. Our breaks be like this long. Okay.
Shout out to Dave and Buster's, Pizza
Shout out
Hut,
to
Subway,
Adrienne.
Chick-fil-A. Shout out to Adrienne.
Yeah, shout out to
Watch
Adrienne.
this. Watch
I'm
this.
shouting out Adrienne because she knows I thought I was really good in sports, but she just held this whole conversation down. This was her show today. Like,
Shout out to the one and only T, the Busy Bee.
Shout out.
shout out to the one and only Skylyne _Mark.
Because big things are happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Just wait.
Did you see my
Yes.
photos from the homeless?
Yes. We're talking about that in a
my
minute.
mom's girlfriend did not know that was me. She
Really?
was like, wow, that looks just like you. Oh my gosh, where did you find him?
'Cause
I
it
said,
is.
that was me.
So
She
for
started
those
like
who don't know, if you all go to Mark's page, he did something different. He did it out of creativity, but it's still acknowledgement of the homeless community. He dressed up as if he was homeless and did a whole photo shoot, and it was like the most amazing photo shoot that I've ever seen because it actually looked real. It looked so cool. I'll show you in the car.
We were
It
in
looked,
alleys. We were around the Inner Harbor, Fells Point, Federal Hill. I was in an alley by a dumpster. I was on the side of curbs. I had one. I looked like I was ready to fall out the bench. If I would have fallen,
Yeah, it did look like you were about to fall out the bench.
I would have fell into some water.
Yes. But he did it in regards to showing and understanding and seeing, like, we feed the homeless. So
We don't know what they go through on a day-to-day basis.
we don't. We just see what they go through.
Yeah, well, they have kids out there. They have kids.
The comments, the remarks, the snickering, the ignorance. It's amazing how we as people, I don't care about Americans and Latinos and this and that. We are people. We all have faults. We all have good times, bad times. We all have good days, bad days. We all laugh, ha ha ha, and we all boo-hoo and cry. Every day is a new day. Life is about choices. Stop being selfish, because that could be you. I had a guy at the Inner Harbor offer me money. I had two women in Fells Point offer to buy me food. No, this is just a project. I'm not homeless, but I do appreciate your honesty and your positive feedback versus being ignorant. Right. You know what I mean? Because anything can happen, and that could be any of us at any given time.
Yeah. These
Look at
people
how many people
have worked on Wall Street. These people have degrees. These people actually have worked and have,
Look how many people
life.
work
Crazy.
paycheck to paycheck. So our next Feed the Homeless charity weekend is September
21st and 22nd.
21st and 22nd. Saturday in DC, Sunday in Baltimore. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to volunteer, donate, or all the above, Skylyne _Mark, T _ the Busy Bee. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram. You can text us if you got a contact number for us.
Yes.
If you don't, we're not saying it on the air.
We are still taking donations. Any kind of donations. Just bring
Even
them.
a lot of little kid
Please.
donations too.
Yes.
Because it is winter
Attention,
time.
all teachers, staff, administrators, guidance counselors, private school, public school, the counties, the cities. We need school supplies. Anyone that wants to donate school supplies, we're taking anything and everything. We need school supplies. We need to help these public schools, charter schools, private schools, Baltimore City, the counties, DC, Northern Virginia. If you'd like to help with that campaign, get at us.
Reach out.
Last but not least, Coat Drive. Coat Drive. Winter is around the corner. It will be here before you know it. Look how fast summer just went by. We got to get up out of here. That's the end of our show. BeExposedRadio.com. Skylyne.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks.